let's take a look at our top selections. Dan Illman, Mike Beer kicking off the $1 pick six at Keeneland on Bluegrass Saturday with race number 6. Let's throw up the field for the Grade 2 Appalachian Stakes. 3-year-old Phillies going 1 mile on the turf. A field of 6. Spanish Love Affair is your 2-1 morning line favorite, Mike. She finished first in the Here Comes the Bride, was disqualified that day. She has very, very good tactical speed, and she's been consistent from day one for trainer Mark Cassie.
All true, Dan. Very unlucky to be disqualified last time. I'm not sure I agree with that call. Still, though, that field wasn't as tough as this one. This feels like a race where, just about anybody can win.
And it has a little bit of pace, seemingly because of the presence of the number 1 Jouster. She is a very fast horse. And as we look at the Timeform US pace projector, she is expected to clear off to the lead from the rail, as she did in the Grade 3 Florida Oaks last time out. Now, she seemed very hard to rate. She went very fast early. She ran well. She just got pipped at the wire.
Yeah, she did run well in that race. She did go a legitimate pace in there. That's her, though, Dan. I mean, she doesn't look like a horse that you can really take a hold of. All 3 of her turf starts so far just blasted out to the front. I suspect they'll do that again.
And let's watch that effort in the Florida Oaks. Luis Saez put her on the front. She was odds on that day. She turns into the stretch with a big lead. But again, look at that first quarter mile, 22-4. She had to work hard to get to the front. And Domain Expertise, who might be okay, is just going to run her down. She's going to cut back a half furlong here. And if she can relax a little bit better on the front end, she'll be tough to catch.
She will. She's a dangerous horse in here just because it feels like she will be on the lead again. And all in all, Dan, I got to say her 3 turf starts, they're all pretty good. I think she's a very dangerous horse in here. We'll see what kind of price she is.
Let's watch Spanish Love Affair's win before she was disqualified in the Grade 3 Here Comes the Bride. She's in the pink silks and she gets to the outside. She really blows by these horses on the lead. This was a nice seasonal debut. She was very eager coming out of the gate. She broke like a shot. She pulls sometimes, and she kind of pulled Tyler into a spot into the first turn where he wanted to get off the rail and in between horses. She ran pretty well. She just needs to relax a little bit, and she has a target this time.
Yeah, she was much the best last time. It's unfortunate that she lost that victory. Again, I think this is a tougher field, but this filly's pretty good too, Dan. I don't know if I would want to bet her as the favorite against this field, but she can win.
I'm really interested in the 3 Flown at a big price, even though she hasn't run since the Keeneland fall meet. Let's watch that race. A maiden special weight, 2-year-old fillies going 1 mile and a 16th. You see her on the outside right now, and she's going to get by these horses. This was a very live race. 4 horses have come out of this race to win their very next start. Brendan Walsh is on a roll right now, and if you trust him coming off a long layoff, I know she's catching a tough field. She'll be a price.
Yeah, she is catching a tough field. Listen, they ran her in a stakes race in her second career start, and she ran well behind Plum Ali. So this filly does have talent. She got a perfect trip in that race when she won, Dan, but she improved again, and it feels like that's what she was doing from race to race as a 2-year-old. We'll see how much she can improve now as a 3-year-old.
Plum Ali's up next. She won the first 3 starts of her career, including the Grade 2 Miss Griot. And I don't really think she ran poorly in the Breeders' Cup. She was kind of one of those trips where she was in and among horses on the backstretch and down inside. And Joe Rosario did everything he could. He got her to save as much ground as possible. She ran on a little bit at the end. She also is facing on Pearl, who's a very, very good filly. Formulator fact, if you are a little concerned about the layoff for Christophe Clement, 3-year-old turf routers off this sort of layoff, or for the last 11, 356 ROI. I think this filly has some ability. It'll be interesting to see what we get first time back.
I agree. I liked her as a 2-year-old, and I agree with your take on the Breeders' Cup, Dan. Maybe ultimately, being so committed to saving ground worked against Rosario because he had a giveaway position early. He got shuffled back again as they came around the second turn. All in all, I'm with you. I think she ran actually pretty well last time.
Gift List, the number 5, never finished worse than second from 5 starts in England as a 2-year-old. Now she's going to stretch out to a route for the first time. I don't think she was facing the toughest fields over there, so this is going to be a test for her.
It is. I got to say, I like all of her races over there, Dan, just having gone back and watched them. I thought the last time we saw her, she ran really well. That was very, very heavy turf. Her and the winner just sort of dueled clear of that field and left them far behind. She came away second best, but I thought she ran well. Prior to that, in a 27-horse field against Colt, she finished second again. I mean, I think she actually has some talent. She ships over here to debut in a really tough field, but this filly might be pretty good.
And as we take a look at our top picks, Mike, we'll focus on your selection, the number 6, Saranya, who really was up against it from a pace standpoint. Last time out at the fairgrounds, she was far back behind a slow pace. Then she swung widest into the stretch. She seemed a little bit green to me late, but she was running on. She has more tactical speed than she showed in that race, and I think they're going to use it here.
Yeah, they should. I agree with you. They took her back right from the start last time, almost like that was by design. And for whatever reason, maybe they thought the race was going to develop in front of her. It didn't. They walked down the lead. The winner wired that field and just sprinted through the stretch. This filly had no chance, and actually was a good second. You're right about her being green, Dan. She's going to have to get over that. Go back and watch her win 2 starts back. I mean, she must have changed leads in the stretch about 50 times, but she just kept running. I actually feel like this filly's pretty good.
I think she's pretty good. She's got Brad Cox in her corner. 9-2 on the morning line for Mike's top pick, the 6, Saranya. Plum Ali, I think, showed enough ability for me at 2 to think that she could be a factor in this division this year. I'm curious to see what we get off the layoff. Jouster will be on the lead. I think she can be had, Jouster, if she goes fast. I'm going to go with Plum Ali. 4-1-2-6. Mike's going 6-4-5-2. It's the Appalachian on Bluegrass Saturday. Good luck.